Merry Christmas and welcome back to the main stage. It's Christmas time. It's a season of giving and a season of appreciation. So I thought with that, it's time to publicly recognise some of the best music that I think's come out this year. I didn't have high hopes going into this year, to be honest, especially after how good 2022 was in terms of music. But, here we are, and I've compiled my list of personal top 10 songs of 2023. I'm also going to have some testimonies thrown in there from some friends of the channel and people, who have featured in content throughout the year, just to kind of spread the love even further. Just to get it out of the way though, these are opinions. Don't get pissy in the comments just because yours are different. It's not that deep. Let's get into it. Top 10 songs of 2023. Starting off at number 10 is one you probably haven't heard. It's pretty niche, to be fair. It's a track called Voldemort by an artist called Clarke. Clarke released her debut this year. It's incredible. Go and listen to it if you already haven't. There's a few kind of bangers here, but this one definitely stands out more just because it has this incredible chorus. The vocal delivery is great. I really do love the melody here. I was actually introduced to Clarke from a song she did a few years ago about Van McCann from Catfish and the Bottlemen. If it wasn't for the melody in that song, there is absolutely zero chance I would have stuck around because lyrically that is abysmal. I'm pretty glad I did because eventually she's kind of released this type of stuff, and yeah, it's really good. That's just kind of what she does. Like I said, it's an excellent tune, and it really just doesn't outstay its welcome or anything like that. Definitely go and give it a listen. I'm really excited to see what this artist does next. Okay, in at number 9, we're going all the way back to the start of the year with the lead single from Fall Out Boy's newest album, Love from the Other Side. This song is fucking massive. I think for me, the most obvious thing to credit here is the vocals from Patrick Stump. That's a man who's looked after his voice. He sounds incredible belting out that chorus. Yeah, the rest of the band are great here too. Pete's writing is really good and the bass lines are really effective here. This song's so good, man. And seeing it live as well, it felt as good, if not better, than hearing like classic tunes like Sugar We're Going Down. It felt like those two songs are kind of on the same level. That's kind of a big deal. And yeah, I'm going to throw it over to Sam now, and he's going to tell you a bit more.
Love from the Other Side sees Fall Out Boy doing what Fall Out Boy do best. It's just a raw, aggressive pop punk track that fuses really well between sort of the early Fall Out Boy stuff and what they were doing on American Psycho and Save Rock and Roll. An incredible drum pattern, the guitars are unreal, and of course Patrick Stump's vocals are top tier as always.
Number 8 is another one that's quite underground. I don't know how many people have jumped on board with this. I don't know how more haven't jumped on board because this is kind of massive. So we all know that Catfish and the Bottlemen, up until like a couple of weeks ago, had just, disappeared off the face of the earth. A couple of the members that won't be returning, in this case Johnny Bond, lead guitarist, has been releasing new music with his new project called The Safest Place. The tune I've added into this list is their debut single called Knife Edge. This sounds like if MGMT had a love child with The Strokes. I don't even care for either of those bands, but this song goes so incredibly hard. There's even like Christmas bells just dotted all over the gaff in this tune as well, so great for this time of year. The chorus is brilliant. Another one where the melody's just so good, I can't stop listening to it. If this is the music Bondy's making now, I can totally live with him not being a part of whatever the new Catfish setup looks like. And number 7 is kind of a late addition to the list. Twin Atlantic have a new track out called Stuck in a Car with You. And it's fucking excellent. This feels like a genuine return to form from this band. I've enjoyed their last 2 projects enough, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't find them kind of dull. So going back to like proper old school emo pop punk vibe, that was exactly what I was waiting for, and this track just does exactly that. I've always been a sucker for Sam McTrusty's vocal delivery. Love the way his accent comes through really blatantly. It's so nice to listen to here. On top of that, this song just has like a very youthful angst and like a very youthful energy that I feel like a lot of bands this far into their career don't exude. It's so good. Number 6 was kind of hard to place because I wanted to put it much higher. There were songs that just absolutely deserved to be above it, so I felt kind of very torn. Shame released Food for Worms this year, and it's an incredible album. I think like 3 of the songs could have made it onto this list. A few more made the shortlist. Older People, Six Pack, and Adderall all could have taken this slot, but in the end I've given it to Adderall. It feels like the best example to sum up how good this album is. I feel like hearing this for the first time and just being in awe. This song is nothing like what I'd ever expected this band to come out with, but it's so nice. It's absolutely stunning. The breakdown towards the end is one of the best music moments of the year, if not the best, with Charlie Steen just absolutely shouting at the top of his lungs over them guitars. When I saw him in Sheffield, I cried my eyes out for this song. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that. At number 5, I'm going to go with kind of a different pick to kind of the vibe that we've had so far. I'm going with Confidence Man and DJ Seinfeld's Now You Do. Life just This track's so fun. It's so good. I caught a bit of Confidence Man set at Kendall Corley. They had everyone dancing in the rain for this one. I'd never heard of them. I just had it on repeat ever since. It's absolutely excellent. There's not really much more to say. It's just groovy, innit? I've really gotten into Confidence Man in the back half of this year. I'm hoping to get announced at Reading Leeds actually, because they properly suit it as well. Stormzy takes the number 4 slot with Longevity Flow. Vision like Wenger. Think you're tough till you get your bubble burst like I just revealed the gender. Tell you what, any song that references Dua Lipa, Declan Rice and A Bug's Life in the same verse deserves this slot, really, doesn't it? The song is actually just Stormzy at its best, like just being a cocky motherfucker. You know, the previously mentioned Bug's Life line, that's incredible. I can't even lie, but what a line. In fact, there's loads of good lines here, such as, it bangs like my mum's rice, I need cheese like a bun slice. If you're a grass man hopping out with slugs, it's a bug's life. And last but absolutely not least, I'm on your neck like a love bite, scatty like a pub fight. It just does go hard, doesn't it? Like, those lines are just unreal. Bro's on smoke. I'll give it over to Alfie, because Alfie's going to tell you a bit more.
Stormzy, aka Big Mike, aka Gargantuan Michael, dropping 4 singles this year. Certainly wasn't expected, but it's certainly welcome. I mean, the weekend featuring Ray was fire, I must say. However, Longevity Flow was crisp as hell. It's so crisp, but I had him on a Fika soundtrack. Mental. And that Bug's Life bar as well. Bankers.
Now, before we get into the top 3 picks, I've discovered something that's made me actually quite unhappy. It's filled me with a lot of alarm and distress, and that is the fact that you haven't yet subscribed. What's wrong with you? There's so much new content coming along in 2024. We literally are going to have the biggest festival season we've ever had on this channel. So just subscribe, man. We're making moves this year. Okay, in the bronze slot, number 3, we've got Inhaler with Dublin in Ecstasy. When you take your shot, I'll be there this time. This song, outrageously good. Like, I wasn't too impressed with this album as a whole, but this tune was kind of the point where I noticed the album get good. This song just drew me in so much more quickly than the rest of the tracks on this album, and the guitar lines on this thing are excellent. Once again, sucker for a melody, love the melodies here. Kind of guitar riff during the chorus is excellent. And look, I know there's a lot of strangeness and a lot of drama in the Inhaler fan base right now, but if you can learn to kind of ignore that and just get past that, Inhaler are genuinely great, and they're kind of one of the very few bands that actually have a bit about them right now. So I think people need to stop writing off Inhaler, if I'm honest. On to number 2 now. This was an unexpected track, in all honesty. We didn't know this was coming out, and it totally blew me away when it did. It comes from Dave and Central C, and no, it's not Sprinter. I've actually gone with our 25th birthday.
I'm making 5 mil on a bad summer. My summers are good, never mind. Women doing CRB.
Definitely the most low-key of the 4 tunes on this project, but I love the vibe of it. It's so chilled out, and there's some incredible lyrics here, especially the one about Ivan Tony and the immediate
You fat fucker
that comes after it. Like, I just love this tune. I did not expect Central C to make this list either. Like, it really did take this project coming out for me to be able to take the guy seriously, but I actually quite like him now, so I think fair play for that. But no, finally, we're at number 1 now. The song of the year. It's from the new Paramore album, I'll be honest, and it's Crave. The whole album was unreal, and this song just really stood out to me because of how different the vibe is to everything else on there. Lyrically, this has like a really interesting and like fresh perspective that I don't think I've ever really heard anyone write about in a song before. Also, the intro sounds like something King Krule would have released, and the love I have for Out Getting Ribs by King Krule overrides everything, so this just became an instant classic. If you've not listened to this album yet, at the very least, get this song on. It's not what you're going to be expecting from a Paramore album. It's excellent, and yeah, what a song and what an album. That brings me to the end of the list. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what your top 10 is. I'd be intrigued to know, actually. Don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. I've got a couple more year-end lists coming up in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for those. But for now though, that's it. Peace.